All right, so I'm going to introduce you to two of my best buddies. This right here, this sweet girl. Yeah, that's Sierra. Sierra is a West Highland Terrier. And Barley is half Chihuahua, half Boston Terrier. And they're very unique looking dogs. Barley is very brindle and as cute as can be. He has got the sweetest nature of any dog I've ever known. Absolutely a sweetheart. He's a grand dog, belongs to my son, where Sierra's been my little sweetheart for as long as I can remember, since she is now pushing, there she is there. What a sweetheart. Would you like a treat? She likes treats. Not as much as Barley, but she does love treats. Anyway, what I'd like to propose is that dogs can teach you an awful lot about life. I think that I probably learned a whole lot from my dogs. These two little characters have taught me so much about what it takes to overcome, things in life. For instance, today, just an instant, something that happened. We were hiking in the woods in North Carolina, and there was a huge tree down in a place that had not been there before due to the hurricane that came through our little town here. And our path was completely blocked. I mean, we're talking a huge, probably 8 foot around tree came down right across the path. And I learned something about how to deal with obstacles that I never would have, just watching them. I decided to follow Sierra's lead and watch what was she going to do? What was Barley going to do? How are they going to react to this huge tree right across our path? And I noticed Barley pretty easily went underneath. And so it wasn't as big an obstacle for him, because he's a little guy, as it was for me or for Sierra. Sierra couldn't go under. She tried. And, like when I face obstacles, often I find myself getting all anxious about it, like, oh, what are we going to do? Blah, blah, I can't get this to work. I can't get this YouTube to work. I can't get whatever. But she just didn't sit down and cry about it. She started looking at her options. Okay, well, what do I need to do to get around this tree? And, she tried a couple attempts to jump over it. A little too high. She's sort of a lead bottom. And then she went around one side and went, oh, no, I can't do that because that sort of leads me to really a bad area where there's a drop. And then eventually she realized I could just go around the other way. And it's not exactly a straight shot, but it's not a bad way around. And so I watched her and I went, well, I guess I might as well follow her. And it hit me that there's an awful lot I could learn from a dog, a whole lot. And so I'm going to be doing a series on what you can learn in life from your dogs. Things like today's lesson was, don't go crazy worrying about, don't let the emotions of the situation stop you. Don't get all like weepy about it or whatever. Just find a solution. She sat down for a moment. I noticed that it was almost like she was just collecting herself. And then she looked over there. Nope, that wasn't going to work. That isn't going to work. Okay, I'm going to do this. And she just calmly walked around the tree. Walked around. It was a little bit of a path around the tree. But you know what? I followed her because, by George, it was the best way for us to get around that tree. And so I'm going to be doing a series about what I've learned about life from my dogs in the woods. I've learned a lot. All you need to do is study your dogs to know that they're smarter than you give them credit for sometimes, um, especially when dealing with emotional issues. So when I came home today, I was working on trying to figure out how to get a video from my phone that I could use this video that I really enjoyed doing. And yet there was a lot of little obstacles. How do I do it? How do I upload it? How do I insert a text or, do all that stuff? All new to me. And I remembered my dog. And I remembered, okay, this is just an obstacle. This is just a tree down the path, down on the path. I just need to make an give myself time to process the best route around. And so starting, tomorrow, I'm going to start doing a series of videos on how we can learn from our dogs, because what I learned today was don't just get all upset about obstacles. Just take a breath, sit for a moment, or walk around for a moment, then come back. And all of a sudden, it all became very clear to me exactly what I needed to do to get that posted up there and ready to help other people enjoy a little bit of piece of North Carolina, and to see that life is good. Life is good. And part of the reason life is good for me is because of my two wonderful dogs. So see you tomorrow, and I'll continue with this dog story where I'll be showing a lot more about what our dogs can teach us.